Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever, whatever practice we do, we must know what is to be achieved through that. What is the goal? Why we are doing something. So, in the meditation, so many things are told. One is asana, then pranayam. So, what for? We should be clear about it. Otherwise, it becomes only a mechanical process and then we become frustrated. I have been doing asana for so many years. So, okay, I can do it. What next? Similarly, pranayam we are doing. Are we doing pranayam for health, long life? Therefore, we should be clear about whatever is associated with our spiritual practice. So, pranayam is told. So, what for pranayam is done? The body and the mind, they are held together by the glue of prana. Like in the earlier days, when we used to use the snail mail, so we used to buy postal stamp and then put it on our tongue, make it holy, and then put it on the envelope. And then we come to discover, oh God, I have used a wrong envelope. Now, if I had to peel it off, it will be torn. So 25 rupees gone. Now, what to do? But we being Indians, we have got Jugaad technology in our DNA. So we remove the contents of the envelope and put the envelope along with the stamp, fix on it in water. What is the next result? The glue will be dissolved or loosened between the stamp and the envelope. And then we peel it off without destroying the stamp. If this is clear, exactly the same way, mind and the body are held together by the glue of prana. Therefore, like yoga says, and all the other philosophies say, that when the prana goes out, the body dies. And therefore, prana is the Atma. This is their understanding, which is totally wrong. न प्राणेन न अपानेन मर्त्यो जीवति कश्चन इतरेण तु जीवन्ति यस्मिन् एतौ उपाश्रितौ. Not by prana apana we are alive. We are alive because of something, because of which the prana and apana is happening. See, the understanding is totally different. So, what for the pranayama is done? It is done to loosen the strong and intense body identification. To loosen it, it will not go. And it need not go. Only we have to change our standpoint. It is for this purpose pranayama is done. Now what happens by pranayama? See? So let us go in more details. If our stomach is perfect, then our health is perfect. The first step in practicing pranayama as one of the aspects of our meditation is always eat half the quantity you can normally eat. Then one quarter fill with the water and leave one quarter for ventilation. See? But when we sit for taking food, then we imagine this is the last supper, the wow. See? And when the food is not properly digested, then what happens? So let us see what happens when the food is inside the stomach. There are three aspects of the food which happen when it goes in the stomach. First, it is digested and assimilated, and it gives energy for building the tissues because wear and tear is constantly going on. Building the tissues, providing energy to the muscles, etc., digestive system, etc., and the unwanted digested waste is to be thrown out of the body. So, matter is in three forms: solids, liquids, and gaseous. The digestion waste in the form of the solids is thrown through the fecal material. Then the unwanted toxins through the water are thrown through urination. And the gaseous form of the metabolic waste is retained in the body because there is no special effort made. Then what happens? It gets saturated in our blood. And after the saturation, like when you add sugar or salt in water, after saturation, what happens? The water does not receive the additional salt. Then it remains as it is, undissolved. Exactly the same way. These metabolic toxins in the form of gases, they first of all saturate our blood. And after that, when there is no more possibility of blood absorbing these toxins, then what happens? Then these toxins go, gaseous toxins, they go and settle in the joints. Between the two bones, there is a space. Some places there is a cartilaginous disc. There is synovial fluid because of which the lubrication happens. When these toxins go there, they start affecting the synovial fluid, the cartilaginous disc, and the heads of the two bones which are opposed to each other. Therefore, in Ayurveda, it is called as Sandhi Vata. Sandhi is a joint. Vata is the gas or the air or the toxins. And therefore, this has to be taken care of. Now, the second thing. These toxins are responsible for acting as stimulus for creating agitation in the mind. And therefore, the mind has no choice because the toxins are constantly agitating the mind and the mind remains disturbed. You can see yourself or in somebody. If somebody has got a very bad stomach, constipation and all that, look at his face. Without his telling, you know he's suffering from constipation. Because these toxins have impact on the mind. There was a student, he asked his guru, This we can understand the subtle governs the gross. But how to accept that a gross is influencing the subtle? Gross is a stone, subtle is the space. How can it influence? So the Guru Maharaj said, hey, you are very intelligent. Nobody asked this question. So I'll explain you. And then Guru Maharaj says, do you remember Purusha Sukta? Yes. Chant. Om Sasrashirša Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva Atyadishta Dashangulam Purusha. Very good, very good. You are really a genius. Now, from now onwards, you are not going to take food and water till I tell you. No question. So, one day gone. Second day gone. No water, no food. Starvation. Then the third day, Guru Maharaj calls. Hey, how are you? Huh? How are you? Anyway, please sit down. So he sits down. And he said, that day you chanted Purusha Sukta so well. I really liked it. Please do it again. No, he is afraid. Only once I chanted properly. Now I don't know whether it is going to stop my breathing or what. But he has to chant. And he started Sahasra, Purusha, Sahasra, Atyatishta. I don't know, I am not able to do it. Try again. Again he tries, he cannot do it. Okay, never mind. Go, take little bit of lime water, half a glass, and don't eat immediately. Eat after 4 hours. He goes and does. Then slowly his food intake is increased. And now he is normal. Again he is called. How are you? Now I am perfectly all right. Thank you very much for allowing me to eat food and water. That day you chanted Purusha Sukta, remember? Yes. Now let me, no, I will not chant. Because when I chanted, you did not allow me to eat food. And when I didn't chant properly, you allowed me to eat food. So Guru Maharaj said, your question was answered. You don't understand, what can I do? How the solid influence the subtle. Food is solid, mind is subtle. Oh, you should have straight away told, then you will never understand it. See? So, the food that we eat, it has impact on our mind. See, friends, there are many Mahatmas, they are Swayam Paki, they don't eat anywhere. So when the food is eaten, then thrown out, which is not required, but this gaseous part remains in the blood, and those toxins act as stimulus to the mind. And therefore the mind remains disturbed all the time. It is for this purpose pranayama is done. So all the toxins from our the bloodstream are slowly thrown out. Because where the purification of blood happens, it happens in the lungs. So the blood with saturated toxins comes in the lungs. And when we do pranayam, what is pranayam? Deep breathing. So we do the deep breathing, and the toxins are now received from the periphery, and now the exchange takes place in the lungs, and then we slowly breathe out. So all those gaseous toxins go out of our system. When this is done, then the impact of the body and the mind togetherness is reduced to that extent. Because now the prana is not strongly putting the body and the mind together. It is for this purpose that the pranayama is done. So, asana is done for the same purpose. Sthira Sukham Asanam. If you are happy, you are with minimum efforts. If you are normal, you require minimum efforts. Therefore, one of the sutra is Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. So when the pranayama is done for some time, all the toxins go out, and thereafter breathe normally. You will see yourself that the breathing slowly becomes slow and shallow. This slow and shallow breathing quality tells us that the body and the mind are slowly, as if, getting separated. It is for this purpose pranayama is done. See, friends. And if we are unhealthy, for example, we have got some asthma. So how a asthmatic patient breathes? Effort. Hey, what is this happening? No, I, and then we get tired. Similarly, if we are hard of hearing, we have to put efforts to listen. And when we put efforts to listen, we get tired. Then go to sleep. So all the sleeping giants, it is default. They are otherwise normal. Gossip about the word, they will do perfectly well. The moment they come in satsang, they are a challenge to the teacher. मुझको उठ जगा के दिखाओ. And the thing is, they sit right in the front row. अब दिखाओ मुझसे. Hey, friends. Therefore, we have to understand that the body is kept steady, so the movement is minimized. Then the pranayama is done for few moments, not for 1 hour, 2 hours. Don't overdo anything. Many people, they do that Bhasrika. Bhasrika is not a pranayama, it is a kriya. Similarly, what is the Kapal Bhati? There is also kriya, it is not pranayama. And they feel, maja aa raha hai. When you overdo Kapal Bhati, your blood pressure will increase. Many people, when they overdo, I do at least 1,000 times when I sit. Then what will happen? Your blood will start oozing out of your body. Avare. So remember this. Pranayama is done only for purification of the blood so that the gaseous toxins are eliminated from the body. Now, There are many methods of doing pranayama. Anulom, vilom, or deep breathing. Whichever you do doesn't matter, but the purpose should be clear. So, one of the simple way is breathe out first fully to such an extent that there is no possibility of further uh, throwing air out. And when we breathe in, first fill in your abdomen, meaning the lower lobes of the lungs. Air doesn't go in abdomen, lungs, the lower lobes. After they are filled, then fill in the thoracic lobes, the chest. So first, then together. And try not to hold. Then breathing out. First of all, breathe out from the chest area. The chest will collapse. And then breathe out from the stomach by squeezing the diaphragm inside upwards. By this, the lungs are squeezed completely. All the air goes out. Then again slowly breathe in. No hurry. By this, what happens? That our lungs remain healthy because proper exercise is happening, and the toxins from the body or the blood is slowly be thrown out. After this is done for a dozen time or so, then cool down, and you will see the breathing will be very slow and shallow. This slow and shallow breathing is a master key for separating the mind and the body without attaining death. See? That ultimately leads to Kevala Kumbhak. Kevala Kumbhak means effortless breathing is minimized or suspended. No effort. So when this is done with understanding, and the goal is not health, not longevity, the goal is body, mind is separating. After that, then we start not Chittavritti Nirodha. After that, we start playing what it is like being other than the body. Is there something which is other than me? Of course, the table is other than me. What does it mean? So the attributes of the table, they are not my attributes. Table is this size, I am not this size. On the table things are kept, nothing is kept on me. Table can be lifted anywhere, nobody can lift me, I am heavier than the table. So we start playing meditation. Now the body is kept properly, pranayama, all the toxins are removed. Now don't go to sleep. Now we start playing. What it is like being other than the body. Other than the body means what? Whatever are the attributes of the body, they do not belong to me. Talk to yourself in your mind. And then you will answer yourself. See, what is body? Body has got a shape, a form, a size. So being other than the body means what? No shape, no form, no size. Is there anything in this universe which has got no shape, no form, no size? Think again, and one day it will click. Yes, space has no shape, no size, no form. Now start playing. What must be the experience of the space? Space supports everything, rejects nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. So, what is the experience that we are other than the body? Experience will be we are untouched by anything in this world. How we get touched? By having desires in our mind. I want this, I don't want this. When the things are there or not there, it doesn't disturb us. So, slowly and steadily, mind will stop reacting to the gross world in the form of possessions. So to that extent, our desire for the worldly objects will be reduced. Then one day you will discover all thoughts are pregnant mind. What is a pregnant woman? In her womb there is a fetus, an embryo. What is a thought? Content in the mind is the thought. What are the contents? About the worldly things or worldly beings. When we don't desire, mind is empty. No thoughts, no disturbance. Then you are not struggling for yogaha, chitta vritti, nirodhaha. No. It is happening through wisdom. So we are not against anything. So if I am other than the body, how do we practice this meditation 24/7? Worldly things will not have any impact on our life. If something is there, very good. If it is not there, mind. Otherwise, all the time, tense. This way, that way, this way, that way. Extremism is easy. Either be caw, or go to sleep. Easy. Bhagwan says, Yuktahar viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Ha means hani, destruction. Yoga becomes the cause of destruction of the miseries if you are following the path of yuktahara, balanced lifestyle. It is easy to be extremist. Eat or eat, or don't eat at all. Don't do that. Eat all the 3 times, but eat little. But when we sit for eating, we forget that there is another meal also. See? And therefore the complaint comes from inside. The complaint is a dakar. Therefore, when we are thus learning all these principles, then how do we know that we are leading a meditative life. Therefore, principally, I told you, meditation is not done for half an hour. We have to live in meditation 24/7. So we are moving in this world comfortably, but none of the worldly things have impact on us in the form of like and dislike. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Then your reflection, talking to yourself continues. What is space? Space has no beginning. We don't know how far is the space on the left side. We don't know what is the end of the space. So, space has no beginning, no middle, no end. Is it not our experience? We have no experience of birth. We have no experience of growth. We have no experience of death. Oh, that means we are like space, of course. Therefore, we told you, make space as an object of experience. So the mind is given space as an object of experience. Then what will happen? When you are seeing the space, you are seeing nothing. When you are seeing nothing, a seer is not born. So, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Now apply this in our day-to-day life. When the eyes are seeing the things, eyes are not the seer. How eyes are not the seer? Because they are not influenced by what is seen. Whatever may be the color, whatever may be the objects, eyes do not react. Friends, this understanding should be our own. This experience remains 24/7 without going to sleep. And this we have to practice throughout the day. How do we practice? देखो सुनो मत बोलो. That is the reason we don't impose any discipline on you. Do whatever you like. You must have seen there are many retreats, very disciplined. Go for a solitary walk. Nobody should go with you. And then Guptaji tells Gupti, let's go for a solitary walk. Sorry? How can you be miserable in this world? All cartoons everywhere. Therefore, this simple technique, experience without experiencer, is God realization. And therefore, there is nobody who is realized. Realization happens when the body disappears. What is sleep? Who wants to sleep? I. Who are you? Husband. So, what is the process of going to sleep? First of all, you go away from the wife. Physically, no, mentally. Then, after you go away from the mind mentally, then you decide, no, I have to sleep. I just can't hold. No, I'm so tired. So slowly, everything is dropped. And this one husband who wanted to sleep, ultimately, even he has to be dropped. The one who wants to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till this I is there and the want is there, the sleep doesn't begin. See? Therefore, those who sleep in lecture, they are not having any problem because I am not sleeping. It is the body that is sleeping. What happened to you? Realize. So, in sleep, there is nobody sleeping. In waking, our ego is 100%. In dream, ego is 50%. In deep sleep, ego is 0%. And therefore, when a person snores loudly, he doesn't feel ashamed. I was not snoring. So as sleep is that experience, there is nobody. Equally true. Meditation is an experience where there is no experiencer. And therefore, there cannot be ego of realization. मालूम है? Realize हो गया हूँ. Only problem is people don't recognize this. What is to be done? Okay, I will prepare one certificate. Mr. Gadvadananda got realized on this day and it is presented to him. They give, isn't it? First level meditation certificate. Second level meditation certificate. Can there be any better cartoons than this? Therefore, when we start understanding this, experience without experiencer is God realization, and in God realization, there is nobody left. Like in the sleep, the one who wanted to sleep, he disappears. Slowly and steadily, we will discover one day that we are unnecessarily struggling. Relax, learn to relax without going to sleep. So, do pranayam for 5 minutes. This way which I told you, don't make sound. Grrr, grrr. Breathe in, fill in your stomach fully. Then breathe in the chest and don't hold it. Then slowly breathe out from the chest and then squeeze your stomach inside upward. So all the contents of the air and the blood are squeezed out of the lungs. Then again slowly. The time required for breathing in and breathing out should be approximately equal. Don't go on counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. 1, 2, Don't do all that. Approximately. Otherwise, the mind will be disturbed. Okay? So, next 5 minutes. So, now, before you start this experiment, first of all, psychological adjustments. Number one, we are cheerful and happy and not sleepy. The second thing, there is nothing untoward is going to happen. So have faith in God and your Guru. The third thing, at this time we are nobody. Whatever meditations and pranayam you have done earlier, delete it 100%. Try this. Then what you will do after the class is over, I wanted to wash my clothes, but it was so cold water. Can they give us a hot water to wash our clothes? Difficult. Meditation. So don't plan anything what you are going to do after meditation. You are going to be over in this meditation. No, 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 Swami, you will disappear. So, with this cheerful disposition, we are not going to gain anything, we are not going to lose anything. Then why? Time pass. If you are proceeding properly, your mind will not entertain any thought. If your mind is thinking anything, we are going the wrong way. When we breathe in, that time we are clearly aware that the air is going inside the lungs, inside the chest. And when we breathe out, we are clearly aware that air is going out. Because of this, the mind is occupied. And this occupied mind will not think anything else. Do it again. Neither we are going to sleep nor we are talking to ourselves. You can observe, experience that we are just aware of our being. Body is nowhere seen. The world has disappeared. Homogeneous, solid experience where the knower known, the experiencer experienced, division is invalid. Just being. We are not seeing anything. The body shape, contour line is either hazy or vanished. So we are like the space. Like the space supports all the contents but doesn't react by them. Breathing is slow and shallow. If the breathing becomes deep, we are entering sleep. If the breathing becomes little faster, we are getting identified with the body. Hence, slow and shallow breathing is the master key. The body has completely disappeared from the mind. Like the space doesn't get influenced by the content, We are awake but not identified with the body. This sleepless sleep is our essential nature. Like the space takes the shape of any container but continues to be shapeless. Therefore, doesn't get influence. When we get influenced by anything, a dent is created on the mind. We are fully awake. All perceptions are intact, but the mind is not reacting. Take a deep breath. 2, 3 times. Move your fingers and toes. Offer everything at the feet of the Lord. Don't make any memory. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.